carbon capture and storage doesn't work. I suppose, look, there's two aspects to this debate. One is, do we try and find a way of making carbon capture and storage work? I think simply saying no to any coal around the world, I wish it was realistic, but I don't think it's realistic, because I think I see what's happening in China and India and other places. And then there's a debate that we're having about how much carbon capture and storage, how do we make it, you know, do as much as we can to stop there being dirty coal fire, make it work first. But I don't think we've got time to sort of wait. You see, that's the problem. If we say let's just wait to see if carbon capture and storage is going to work, because of what this lady said, I don't think we've got the time to wait. That's the problem. That's why I want to drive CCS forward.
Invest in the technology and see whether it works before building the power station.
Yeah, sure.
Flat out on renewables.
But we are going flat out on renewables. Look,
Flat out?
You're working a sleight of hand, aren't you?
Sorry?
I
I don't think I am working a sleight of hand.
On the basis that carbon capture and storage will come. If it doesn't, we'll end up with a coal-fired power station that carries on emitting regardless, and that's a big incentive to the China and India. You know, you really do have to set an example. Cap and trade is not the answer, and you're not setting an example.
Well, look, what's your name?
I'm Wilf, man.
Wilf.
Bristol Greenpeace.
The thing I would say to you, the thing I would say to you, Wilf, is that we are trying to set an example. That's why, you know, the previous proposals from government was we'll build unabated coal-fired power stations. I'm sure lots of you campaigned and said that would be the wrong thing to do. That's why I've tried to come up, and John Sovan, who will hate me for saying this, congratulated us on the day of our proposals with the toughest coal conditions in the world. Now, for some people here, they're not tough enough. But I think the sort of thing we've got to get round, the thing we've got to get over is we've got to find a way to make carbon capture and storage work. That's why. Let me just finish my point, Wilf, and then come back. Let me just finish this point and then come back and say why you disagree with me. That's why we're proposing legislation in the next session of Parliament to say we're going to put money on people's electricity bills.
Year 13 of the Labour
I know, but I haven't been around for this.
No, but the Labour government has.
Okay, but
let's not go backwards.
But yeah, let's not go backwards. I agree with that lady.
Could you answer my previous question?
Well, hang on. Let me answer Will's question and I'll answer your question. But so what I'm saying is, you know, I'm putting money on people's electricity bills because I think it's worth investing in this to try and solve the problem of coal, which all of you are rightly worried about. That's why we got rid of carbon capture readiness as our condition, because you all said that's completely inadequate, and I agree with you that it was inadequate. That's why we've unveiled these tough conditions, and we've tried to listen as best we can to say it's got to be about demonstrating the technology in a significant way. It's got to be about 100% CCS, although it does have to be proven, as you said, and it's also got to have a safety valve so that if it doesn't work, we can do something. Now look, there's a real issue here. Which is, you know, how do we get people to actually do this carbon capture and storage? Because it's been in the lab for 30 years and it's never been done at scale because there's never been the regulation. So that's what we're trying to do.